Welcome back to Cartography and Geography Club. Today we're going to work through how Guyana could increase its current population and urbanization while simultaneously maintaining its rich culture. But before we do that, let's give you some background on how we got here. Guyana, located on the northern coast of South America, is a country rich in cultural diversity, history, and natural beauty. The capital and largest city, Georgetown, is often referred to as the Garden City of the Caribbean due to its wide streets lined with trees and colonial-era architecture. It's the administrative, commercial, and cultural hub of the country, known for iconic wooden buildings such as St. George's Cathedral. Despite its beauty, Georgetown faces challenges such as frequent flooding and aging infrastructure. Linden, the second largest city, is a key mining town, primarily known for its bauxite industry. Though it has faced economic challenges, Linden remains a critical player in Guyana's economy and has a strong sense of community with rich African cultural influences. New Amsterdam, the largest town in the East Berbice Quarantine region, is one of Guyana's oldest towns with historical architecture from the Dutch colonial period. It serves as a colonial hub for surrounding agricultural areas, particularly rice and sugar production, and is known for its friendly, close-knit community. Bartica, known as the gateway up to the interior, is crucial for mining and exploration activities, with an economy heavily reliant on gold and diamond mining. The town also has potential for ecotourism given its natural beauty and annual events like the Bartica Regatta. Anna Regina, the capital of the Pomme-Taroon Suriname region, is a significant agricultural center, particularly for rice production. The town reflects Indian cultural traditions, but like many parts of Guyana, it faces challenges related to infrastructure and economic diversification. Latham, near the Brazil-Guyana border, is an important town for cross-border trade and a gateway to the Rapundi Savannah. Its economy includes agriculture, cattle ranching, and trade with a strong indigenous cultural presence. The annual Rapundi Rodeo is a major event that highlights the region's blend of indigenous and Western traditions. Marabunta, the capital of the Barilla-Wawini region, is one of the more remote towns, characterized by its small, tight-knit community and surrounded by lush rainforests. While it has potential for ecotourism, Marabunta faces significant challenges due to its isolation and limited access to services. Skeldon, located near the border with Suriname, is an important town for sugar production, though it has faced economic difficulties due to the declining fortunes of the industry. Its proximity to Suriname makes it a key point of cross-border trade. Rossignol, a town on the west bank of the Berbice River, serves as a commercial center for surrounding rural areas, with an economy based on agriculture, particularly rice and sugar. Despite its small size, Rossignol has a vibrant market and a mixed population with diverse cultural influences. Finally, Madia, located in the Toro Sepermi region, is a key town for gold mining activities. The town's economy is dominated by mining, with a transient population that varies with the mining season. Madia faces challenges typical of mining towns, such as environmental degradation and limited infrastructure. Each of these cities and towns plays a vital role in the cultural and economic fabric of Guyana, reflecting the country's complex history, ethnic diversity, and varied geography. However, they all face challenges, particularly related to infrastructure, economic diversification, and access to essential services. Guyana's population growth and migration trends are shaped by a mix of historical, economic, and social factors, creating unique demographic patterns. The country, with a population of around 800,000 as of early 2020, has seen modest growth due to low birth rates, high emigration, and an aging population. The fertility rate has declined significantly, now at around 2.4 children per woman, reflecting global trends of smaller family sizes due to better access to education, healthcare, and family planning. Additionally, Guyana's population is gradually aging, with a growing proportion of people over 65, presenting challenges for healthcare and social services. Migration, both internal and external, plays a critical role in Guyana's population dynamics. Internally, there is a significant trend of urbanization, with people moving from rural areas to urban centers, particularly Georgetown and its suburbs, in search of better employment, education, and healthcare. This urbanization has led to increased demand for housing and services, but also resulted in challenges like congestion and pressure on infrastructure. Coastal areas, especially in regions like the Damara, Mahaica, and East Berbice Cotentin, continue to attract people from the interior due to better economic opportunities and infrastructure. Conversely, the interior regions, rich in natural resources but sparsely populated, have seen depopulation as residents move towards the coast or urban areas, although mining activities in some areas still attract temporary populations. Externally, Guyana experiences one of the highest emigration rates in the world relative to its population size, with a significant portion of its population living abroad, particularly in the United States, Canada, the United Kingdom, and the Caribbean. This immigration is driven by factors such as economic opportunities, political instability, and social mobility. The Guyanese diaspora significantly impacts the country through remittances, which accounts for a substantial portion of their GDP, supporting households and funding education and healthcare. However, this emigration also leads to brain drain, where the country loses a significant portion of its educated and skilled workforce, affecting sectors like healthcare, education, and engineering. These demographic trends pose several challenges for Guyana. The shrinking working age population due to emigration impacts the labor market, especially in critical sectors like agriculture, mining, and the emerging oil and gas industry. The migration from rural to urban areas has led to the decline of rural communities, affecting agricultural productivity and rural economies. Additionally, the concentration of the population in Georgetown and coastal areas puts pressure on urban infrastructure and services, leading to housing shortages, inadequate sanitation, and increased demand for healthcare and education. Environmental and climate risks also loom large, as most of the population lives in low-lying coastal areas vulnerable to flooding and sea level rise, exacerbated by climate change. Looking forward, Guyana's population trends will likely continue to be influenced by migration. The government faces the challenges of balancing development across regions to prevent further depopulation of the interior and address the pressure of urbanization. Investments in rural infrastructure and creating economic opportunities in less developed areas and improving education and healthcare are crucial to addressing these challenges. The emerging oil and gas sector presents both opportunity and challenges, potentially attracting investment and creating jobs, but also risking further population concentration and inequality. Careful planning and policy interventions are needed to ensure that economic growth benefits all regions and supports the diverse population across Guyana. Guyana's culture is a rich tapestry woven from diverse ethnic backgrounds, historical influences, and traditions, reflecting the country's complex history and development. Located on the northeastern coast of South America, Guyana is culturally aligned with the Caribbean, largely due to its history as a former British colony. The cultural landscape is characterized by ethnic diversity, religious pluralism, vibrant festivals, diverse cuisine, multiple languages, and a thriving art scene, all contributing to a unique national identity. Guyana's population is composed of several ethnic groups, each contributing to the country's cultural mosaic. The largest group, the Indo-Guyanese, are descendants of indentured laborers brought from India in the 19th century. Their influence is evident in Guyana's cuisine, festivals, and religious practices, particularly in the celebration of Hindu and Muslim traditions. The Afro-Guyanese, descendants of African slaves, are another significant group whose contributions are central to Guyanese music, dance, religion, and national holidays. The indigenous Amerindian population, predating European colonization, includes 9 recognized groups, such as the Arawak and Carib, each maintaining distinct languages, crafts, and spiritual practices. Other smaller groups, like the Chinese and Portuguese, who arrived as laborers and traders, also add to Guyana's cultural diversity, particularly in cuisine and commerce. Religious diversity is a hallmark of Guyanese culture, with Christianity, Hinduism, and Islam being the most widely practiced religions. Christianity, the largest religion, is practiced across Afro-Guyanese, indigenous, and some Indo-Guyanese communities, with various denominations playing a significant role in social life. Hinduism, primarily practiced by Indo-Guyanese, adds vibrancy to the cultural landscape, with major festivals like Diwali and Phagwa celebrated with enthusiasm nationwide. Islam, practiced by a smaller portion of the Indo-Guyanese population, also contributes to the cultural fabric with significant celebrations like Eid al-Fitr. Indigenous religions centered around animism and natural worship remain integral to Amerindian communities, reflecting their deep connection to the land. Festivals in Guyana are vibrant, especially in the multicultural heritage. Mashmari, celebrated on February 23rd, marks Guyana's Republic Day with carnival-style parades, music, and dance, symbolizing national unity and cultural pride. Diwali, the Hindu festival of lights, and Phagwa, the festival of colors, are major events that engage the broader population. Christian holidays like Christmas and Easter are celebrated widely, with traditions of decorating homes, attending church, and communal feasting. Muslim festivals like Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Adha are also significant cultural events. The Amerindian Heritage Month in September honors the culture and contributions of indigenous people through traditional food, music, dance, and crafts. Guyanese cuisine reflects its cultural diversity, blending African, Indian, indigenous, European, and Chinese influences. Rice and cassava are staple foods, with dishes like curry, roti, pepper pot, cook-up rice, and medimi being popular across the country. Sweets like mithai and black cake are enjoyed during festivals, while beverages like mabi and sorrel are traditional favorites. Guyanese cuisine is a testament to the country's rich cultural history, with each dish telling a story of the various communities that have shaped the nation. The official language of Guyana is English, making it the only South American country with English as the primary language. However, the most widely spoken vernacular in Guyanese is Creole, which is an English-based African, Indian, and indigenous influenced language used in everyday conversation, storytelling, and music. Several indigenous languages, though endangered, are still spoken in Amerindian communities, and efforts are underway to preserve them. Guyana also has a rich literary tradition, with writers like Martin Carter and Wilson Harris exploring themes of colonialism, identity, and multiculturalism. Poetry is particularly powerful in Guyanese culture, with Martin Carter's work being especially influential in articulating the struggles and aspirations of Guyanese people. Music and dance are central to Guyanese culture, serving as expressions of joy, resistance, and identity. The country's music scene is influenced by its African, Indian, European, and indigenous heritage. The traditional folk music, including Shanto and Busiaut, reflects African and indigenous influences, while Indo-Guyanese music, particularly chutney and baja, plays a significant role in cultural and religious life. Calypso and soca genres from Trinidad and Tobago are popular in Guyana, especially during Mashrami. Dance forms like Indian classical dances, African drumming, and Caribbean-style dancing are integral to cultural events and celebrations. In summary, Guyana's culture is a dynamic and multifaceted expression of the people's history, traditions, and identities. From its diverse ethnic groups and religious practices to its vibrant festivals in cuisine and arts, Guyana offers a unique cultural experience that reflects the country's past while embracing its present and future. Okay, so let's look into how Guyana can increase its current population and urbanization while simultaneously maintaining its rich culture. As previously stated, Guyana has low birth rates, high emigration, and aging population. Guyana currently has one of the highest levels of emigration of any country, with more people living outside the country than inside the country. This is driven by education, healthcare, and overall job opportunities. Interestingly, one of the career fields with the most amount of Guyana people outside of Guyana is the healthcare sector. By encouraging these people to stay or emigrating back to Guyana, a positive feedback loop could get started to better healthcare, encouraging more people to stay. In addition, creating opportunities in the healthcare sector and healthcare education sectors should be strongly considered. Not only has this strategy proven to be successful for increasing life expectancy and successful births in other countries, but it also encourages urbanization through attracting rural populations to cities to take advantage of the better healthcare services. Investing in healthcare is critical for any nation's development, and for Guyana, a country rich in natural resources but facing significant public health challenges, it is especially important. Guyana's healthcare infrastructure, particularly in rural and hinterlands areas, is underdeveloped, with hospitals and health centers often inadequately equipped and staffed. There is a shortage of healthcare professionals, including doctors, nurses, and specialists, exacerbated by the brain drain as many migrants to other countries for better opportunities. Health indicators show relatively high rates of maternal and infant mortality, infectious diseases like malaria and tuberculosis, and a rising burden of non-communicable diseases such as diabetes and hypertension. Strategic investment in the healthcare system should focus on several key areas. First, infrastructure development is crucial, with priorities including upgrading existing facilities, building new ones in underserved areas, and introducing mobile health clinics and telemedicine to improve access, and especially in remote regions. Human resource development is another critical area, with the need to expand medical education and training, implement retention strategies to counteract the brain drain, and increase the number of community health workers to provide basic care and health education in rural areas. Health information systems are also vital, with investments in electronic health records, or EHRs, and data analytics needing to provide care quality, manage chronic diseases, and guide evidence-based policy decisions. Improving the supply chain for pharmaceuticals and medical supplies is essential to ensure consistent availability of essential medicines, and local production of generic drugs could reduce costs and dependency on imports. In terms of health financing, Guyana could move towards a universal health coverage model ensuring all citizens have access to essential health services without financial hardship. Innovative financing mechanisms such as health bonds or taxes on unhealthy products could also help fund these investments. Public health campaigns focused on preventing infectious diseases, promoting healthy lifestyles, and reducing the burden of NCDs, along with improving access to clean water and sanitation, are critical components of disease prevention and health promotion. Policy and governance reforms are necessary to strengthen health governance, with decentralization allowing for more responsive and locally tailored services, and robust monitoring and evaluation systems ensuring accountability. Public-private partnerships and international cooperation, including South-South cooperation, can mobilize additional resources and expertise, aiding in the implementation and sustainability of healthcare investments. Guyana should adopt a phased approach to implementation, starting with short-term goals like upgrading key facilities and launching pilot projects, followed by medium-term goals focused on workforce training and supply chain improvements, and finally long-term goals such as achieving UHC and fully integrated telemedicine. Monitoring and evaluation will be key to ensuring these investments are effective, with financial sustainability supported by a long-term financial plan that leverages diversified funding sources. Despite potential challenges, including the need for consistent political will, resource constraints, and cultural factors, the strategic investment in Guyana's healthcare system offers significant potential rewards in terms of improved health outcomes and quality of life. By focusing on infrastructure, human resources, technology, health financing, and governance reforms, Guyana can build a resilient healthcare system capable of meeting the needs of its population, driving long-term economic growth and social stability. As Guyana continues to urbanize as a part of the recommended healthcare focus, maintaining its rich and diverse cultural heritage becomes a critical challenge that requires careful planning and strategic initiatives. Urbanization often brings rapid social changes, including shifts in population dynamics, economic priorities, and lifestyles, which can lead to the erosion of traditional cultural practices, languages, and community bonds. To preserve its cultural identity amidst these changes, Guyana must adopt a multifaceted approach that integrates cultural preservation into urban planning and development. First, the promotion of cultural education is essential. Incorporating the teaching of local history, languages, and traditional practices into the school curriculum can help younger generations remain connected to their heritage. This could be complemented by community programs and workshops that encourage the practice of traditional crafts, music, dance, and storytelling, ensuring that these aspects of Guyanese culture are not lost as urbanization progresses. Moreover, urban development should be sensitive to cultural heritage. This includes the preservation of historical sites, monuments, and neighborhoods that are culturally significant. Urban planners can integrate these cultural landmarks into the modern urban landscapes, ensuring that they remain visible and accessible to both residents and visitors. Additionally, architectural styles and public spaces that reflect Guyana's cultural diversity, such as those inspired by indigenous, African, East Indian, and European influences, should be encouraged in new developments. Supporting cultural institutions and the arts is another crucial aspect. Investing in museums, cultural centers, and galleries that showcase Guyana's rich history and artistic traditions can serve as hubs for cultural exchange and education. These institutions can also promote contemporary cultural expressions that reflect the ongoing evolution of Guyanese identity in an urbanized context. Economic policies that support the cultural economy are equally important. Encouraging the growth of industries related to culture, such as traditional crafts, culinary arts, music, and tourism, can provide economic incentives for the preservation of cultural practices. This approach not only protects cultural heritage but also contributes to the economy by creating jobs and attracting tourists. Community engagement is key to ensuring that cultural preservation efforts resonate with the local population. Urbanization often leads to the migration of people from rural areas to cities, bringing with them diverse cultural traditions. By fostering inclusive urban communities that celebrate this diversity, Guyana can ensure that urbanization does not lead to cultural homogenization. Initiatives such as cultural festivals, public art projects, and community-led heritage preservation projects can help maintain the vibrancy of Guyana's culture within urban settings. Lastly, government policy plays a crucial role in balancing urbanization with cultural preservation. Enacting laws and regulations that protect cultural sites, support traditional practices, and promote cultural diversity within urban areas is essential. The government can also play a role in raising public awareness about the importance of cultural preservation in the face of urbanization, encouraging citizens to take pride in their heritage. In summary, the healthcare and cultural initiatives should help Guyana increase its current population and urbanization while simultaneously maintaining its rich culture. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this exploration of Guyana's population, be sure to like, subscribe, and join our Patreon for more deep dives into the world's most fascinating geopolitical stories. Have a great week, and don't forget to never stop learning.